The government has unveiled its overhauled school lunches program, cutting about $107 million from the scheme. But the changes will mean more Kiwi kids will get free meals because some of the savings will go to providing food to 10,000 2- to 5-year-olds at community-based early learning services in low-income areas. While all 235,000 students at low and middle-income schools currently receiving free lunches will continue to be offered them. But for intermediate and high schoolers, there'll be an option to opt out if parents want to pack their own lunches. What's on offer is also changing. David Seymour says it's out with what he calls woke foods like sushi and in with sandwiches and fruit. Political reporter Amelia Wade has more.
Don't tell the kids at Arakura School, but there are some sneaky stowaways in their lunches.
Got the nutritional value in that the vegetables are hidden in the food, right? So it helps our kids.
It's a primary school, so the changes to the school lunch program won't affect them. But their principal is worried about what happens when these children get to intermediate and their school lunch changes.
A cheaper, without the trimmings kind of package, I don't think will achieve that.
If you look at what big catering companies are able to do, they actually manage to do, well, I was sceptical myself, but they actually managed to provide very nutritious food at very low prices.
The Associate Education Minister says the secret sauce to cheaper lunches is the government's massive bulk purchasing power. Currently, each lunch is about $8. The new model has budgeted for $3 a meal.
I don't know if you've ever bought 200,000 lunches before, but they tell me if you do, it's less than if you buy maybe a couple of hundred for your local school.
As someone who makes kids' lunchboxes every day, I wouldn't be able to fill my kids' lunchboxes with good quality, healthy food for $3 a day.
We can provide, on average, a really good meal at early childhood for $2 and a range of breakfast, lunch and snack items for schools as well.
Charity Kids Can shared its operating model with the government to learn from, and from the savings of more than $100 million, $4 million will go to extending free kai to 10,000 in-need preschoolers.
Children in poverty don't just start becoming hungry when they're 5, so I just think this is a great move to be able to make that happen for those kids.
And for the big kids, what they'll get each day, according to the ACT Party, will be fruit and sandwiches, not woke food like quinoa and sushi.
Can you please explain how sushi is woke?
Oh, look, if you don't get that sushi's woke, I don't know how to wake you up.
Not to be outdone on questionable tweets, Labour MP Duncan Webb posted, "Do you think David Seymour doesn't like hummus because it's too close to Hamas?"
Does that say homo or Hamas?
I think that's an offensive tweet.
It was deleted within a matter of minutes. I think he probably reflected on it, realised that he'd made a mistake. It is a mistake, he shouldn't have done it.
Moving back to the meat of the school lunch issue, it's still not cheap as chips.
We are spending $478 million on the Healthy School Lunch Program with an addition over the next 2 years.
Then the funding runs out, doing exactly what the government's been attacking its predecessors for.
It's absolute hypocrisy.
A fiscal cliff is when you say you're going to do something but don't actually fund it. We're being very clear. We're funding this for 2 years while we consider if there's a better way to do it.
Then it'll be decided whether school lunches fall off a fiscal cliff.
So, Amelia, what happens in 2 years when the funding runs out?
Right, so the school lunches program will continue as normal until the end of the year, and over that time an advisory panel with representatives from Kids Can, Save the Children, the Heart Foundation and Ryman Healthcare will look at the logistics of a centralised ordering system for schools and will also look at the nutritional value of meals. Then the new scheme kicks in at the start of next year and will run until the end of 2026, and during that time there will be a wider review of all of the different parties that are sending food into schools, including parents, charities, businesses and 3 different government departments. And it will also look at the wider role that the state has in sending kai, giving kai to kids. But the principal in my story today was pretty miffed that the government didn't consult principals in schools before making the changes today. So he is hoping 2.5 years is enough time for the government to pick up the phone and make some calls to some schools.
Amelia Wade, very awake and live at Parliament. Thank you so much.